Okay, my camera girl says I'm on. We're going to wait just a few minutes for a couple of people to hop on here. I didn't announce this live session, so we will give folks a minute to join us, and in the meantime, explain the purpose of these live recordings. Hopefully I'll be able to do about one of these per day, probably 5 per week. And since our church is planning to go to Panama next year in February, we are practicing our Spanish, and I want to help all of you feel a little more communicate with the people. So we'll just give a few more folks time to jump on here if you're interested. Even if you're not going on the trip, learning a little Spanish couldn't hurt. Almost everywhere you go, Spanish is spoken. Naturally, the kind of Spanish you'll be learning from me is Latin American Spanish. Spanish from Spain is slightly different, although we can certainly understand each other. There's a few extra things involved that make it different. But for the most part, Latin American Spanish is what's spoken mostly around the world, especially obviously in Latin America. Panama has a kind of a coastal type accent, and so you'll notice a difference. There are some special words that are probably in use that even I haven't lived there ever, and it's been a while since I've stayed for any length of time, so I may be missing a few of those vocabulary things, but the vocabulary I'll be showing you is pretty basic stuff and can be understood almost anywhere Spanish is spoken. So we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to try to have a word of the day and a phrase of the week, and so I think that will help us build vocabulary, plus work on our grammar and build the structure that the vocabulary words will kind of flesh out. So hopefully a couple of folks have tuned in. I don't know. I'm looking at my camera girl here. Has anybody tuned in yet?
3 people.
3 people. All right. Well, that's 3 more people than I had 2 minutes ago.
And Brother Michael.
And Brother Michael. Hello, Brother Michael. And so I may record some of these all by myself, but I thought I would put my helpers to good use today. And so Nadia is manning the camera and counting the listeners. So spread the word real quick. If you know of somebody that this would benefit, text them real quick. Say, hey, Jeremy's doing a live right quick with Spanish, or try to keep them short. Try not to go over 5 minutes maybe, unless we just get really carried away. But okay, I think we'll start now. And I borrowed a whiteboard from the children. And I don't know, is the glare still there, or is it gone?
It's still there a little.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see, so I can see the numbers. I thought that would be a good place to start. Learning the alphabet's not that big of a deal unless you're planning to do lots of writing and reading. For the most part, we're going to be just conversing with people. And so I wanted to give you this. And 1 through 10 is pretty handy. From there, you can make up almost all the numbers that exist. So we may go beyond 10 sooner or later, but this was where I wanted to start. So instead of a word of the day, this is more like numbers of the day, all of them. So we'll start with 1. 1 is uno. I'm sure you know all about that. There's a game by that name, uno, and it means 1. So anywhere you see that, it means 1. Dos, just real short O. Dos, it's not an Oklahoma O. An Oklahoma O is dos. This is dos, so uno. All the vowels are very short, very cropped. Uno, dos, tres. Tres, if you don't know how to roll your R, tres. But tres makes you sound official. Same as cuatro. You could say cuatro, or you could say cuatro and really blend in good. So cuatro, number 4. 5, cinco. Easy to remember because who hasn't heard of Cinco de Mayo? 5th of May. Cinco is 5. Don't be embarrassed to say it along with me. I don't care who's in the living room with you. Just say it out loud. Cinco, 5. 6, seis. This is EI together, which makes our sound of A, seis, seis. That's 6. Siete is 7, so seis and siete, very similar. 6, 7. I had to throw it in, I'm sorry. 6, 7. I hope we don't resurrect that old bad magic. 6 is seis, 7 is siete, seis, siete, ocho. I don't know why, but I've loved ocho from the very beginning. 8 is ocho, an O at the front, an O at the end. You stack them up, you got ocho. Maybe that'll help you remember it someday. But ocho, listen to those short O's. Ocho. 9, nueve. There's a little nuance there. Nueve, 9, nueve, nueve. Also, still very short vowels. Nueve. 10, diez, diez. I-E is ie. So, diez. 10 is diez. So let's say them all together. Come on, do it out loud. I challenge you. Do it out loud. I don't care who's listening. Do it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now, and in keeping with my word, I'm going to try to keep it short. We're going to move to the phrase of the week. So say it out loud with me. Donde. Donde is the word where. Donde, with the upside down question mark at the beginning. That's how you start a question. We only have them at the end. In Spanish, you put one up ahead. Give everybody the warning. This is a question coming up. It's an upside down question mark. Donde, where, donde. Also, an accent goes over the question word donde. If you're using the word where, not as a question, but as an identifier of a location, that's where it is, or it's here. Donde, where. It does not have an accent, but when it's a question, it will have an accent. Donde está? Donde está? This means is. It's a very broad word for is. Donde está? Where is? El is the. I know this is pretty elementary probably for some of you, but maybe someone doesn't have any training and this is all new to you. I forgot that little thing right there called a tilde. That is a tilde. And ¿dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde está el baño? Say it with me. ¿Dónde está el baño? Enye. This is the enye. This is a separate letter from en. En is one letter. Enye is another letter. ¿Dónde está el baño? Where is the restroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? I asked the kids, what's the most important phrase you can learn? Unanimously, hands down, ¿dónde está el baño? Where is the bathroom? And truly a needful question. Please remember, tuck a little roll of toilet paper in to your purse, your pocket, roll some up, stick in your pocket. Latin America is a little different. There may not be a seat on the chair. He that understandeth, let him understand. There may not be a seat on the chair. So you want some toilet paper for that, maybe. And you also want toilet paper for the normal use. So, ¿dónde está el baño? And make sure you take some paper with you if you can. Also, you can use this question phrase for other things. It's very handy, lends itself very well to many, many things. So you could say, ¿Dónde está la comida? Where is the food? That's a question I'm always interested in the answer to. ¿Dónde está la comida? The D at the end is just barely brushing the tip of your tongue across your top row of teeth. ¿Dónde está la comida? Comida. Let it slip out just like that. La comida. Comida. It's very soft. It's not a hard D like we have in English. ¿Dónde? That's hard. ¿Dónde? That's also hard. But when you put a D between two vowels, I'm getting a little technical here. Two vowels, it softens it. So, ¿dónde está la comida? Or if you take your children with you to Panama, you may find yourself asking this question: ¿Dónde está mi hijo? Where is my son? Hija, daughter. ¿Dónde está mi hijo? Where is my son? J sounds like you're almost clearing your throat. Not quite, but almost. It's a guttural sound. Hijo, hija. Hear how it catches in the back of my throat? Hijo, hijo, hija. ¿Dónde está mi hijo? ¿Dónde está mi hija? I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. I hope it's not been too cheesy, but I can't help myself. Tune in tomorrow for the next one. Thank you.